All right. So I'm in one of my backup accounts here. I have multiple ad accounts. And because if you're wondering what's going on, it's just easier to do it here. And I'm going to move my shiny bald head over here. Now, your account might look different because Facebook has tons of different interfaces. And so this is mine. It's a Canadian based account. So it's going to look different than everybody else's. But the principles kind of apply still. So again, what I wanted to do is give you an overview of how to properly set this up to get clients, because there's so many ways to set these campaigns up. You got to know what to do. So don't zone out, okay? And if you're like, oh my gosh, this looks like this, the flight deck of a 737 or something like that, there's options, right? We can help, okay? So first thing you're going to do is you're going to create your account, your campaign. Now, you got all these options, right? And so what leads and sales generally are the same. And so we're going to do this we generally just do leads, I believe. I always screw this up. It's either leads or sales. All right. Now, they're going to do you want to let them set it up? No, manual setup, okay? You always manually set this thing up. Okay, I'm just going to skip ahead here 1 second. All right, so you're going to name your campaign. Name it something you can remember, because eventually you're going to do this for a long time, right? Until you retire or whatever. Like, Facebook's not going away, and it's your only option to scale your business, right? You don't want to use YouTube ads. It's incredibly complicated. So what else do you got? So you're going to be using this for a while. So make it, organize your campaigns nice in naming them. And then you really don't have to worry about anything. Just make sure this stuff's off. All right. And again, if yours looks different, talk to Facebook. They have different interfaces, but the strategies are still the same. You just kind of got to look around and find the different places. Next thing you want to do is go to the ad set. So you're going to start up here the campaign. So the campaign holds your campaign information. It's just like, what is this about? The ad set holds your audience information. Okay, and your placements and targeting and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be website, okay? That's what you're going to do. And then you want maximum number of conversions, right? Because like we talked about, a lot of people will get maximum number of link clicks or impressions and all this kind of stuff, landing page views. You just don't want that. You want conversions. So you want Facebook to go find you people who look like the people who are registering for your webinar, right? That's what you're going to do there. Now, what's the data set? This is your pixel. Okay, we've got like a whole ton of them. So make sure your pixel's set up. Well, that's outside of the scope of this right now. But, I mean, we can help you do that, obviously. Or you can just go on YouTube and Google how to set up your pixels. Just make sure you do it right, okay? There's ways to do it. The reason why I'm not showing you is because you need to do it right, okay? So we'll come back to that. Now, what is your conversion event? So you're going to have a bunch of these options like complete registration leads, webinar registrations, submit it, all that kind of stuff. We use lead. It just is easier and for tracking, and so you got to set that up properly and make sure the pixel and the lead event is on your conversion page so that it's properly tracking conversions, okay? Just get rid of that. I don't worry about that. We don't really worry about any of this attribution stuff. Don't worry about it. Okay, set your budget. Now, we always get the question, what should your budget be? Now, ideally, like you can go as low as $5 a day, but it's going to take you a long time to get data. Okay, you can do it, but what do you want? Do you want, like, remember, this is not an expense. You're not on Amazon you're spending money. You know what I mean? This is your ads. You want the job of them is to make you more money than you give it, right? And so there's going to be a testing phase at the start because, look, you can try your best, but until you throw this out there, you don't really know, what your market really is going to respond to. So we're going to test. I recommend lowest 10, highest 30 or 40. Okay. So let's say 20. Now that's not to scale. Once it's working, then scale it, right? We got clients spending 1,500 a day, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what you need to do there. So we're going to put this at $20 a day. Always start these campaigns at 12:01 a.m. Okay, because the problem is if you start it the same day in the afternoon, we've seen it push out really bad quality traffic, and yeah, so 12:01 a.m. and don't have an end date. Now, this is the biggest thing you gotta do is you gotta figure out your audience stuff in here, and this is where you gotta be careful. Facebook has this thing called Advantage Plus Audience where they will find your audience, but the problem is they will often override your audiences. Okay, so for example, I was recently working with some people, some clients, and they were targeting like women 50 plus. They had the Advantage Plus on because that's what Facebook does, and that's what agencies do. It was overriding their targeting and sending their ad to men. And their coaching is like literally for women. It doesn't make sense for men. But Facebook thought it made more sense to men. And so they were wasting like 25% of their ad budget going to men, right? So you got to be careful, override it. You got to be super smart, okay, with this stuff. And then what we recommend again is you get your audience structure in here. You can create your custom audiences. So like we have all these lookalike audiences, right? Like you'll see them all. I told you we have like dozens in this account we only have one. But in our other accounts we have just dozens of them. Okay, make sure you have your countries in there. Don't put multiple countries in there. It will always default to the US. And so if you're in the UK, only do UK. If you want to use the US, do US separately. Like you got to be careful about blending countries. Because of this. These start dates are different. It's just going to screw the whole thing up. Your age, gender, and then this is where you put your targeting, right? So you're going to have either lookalike audiences, interest group, lookalike audiences are going to be here, right? And so this is a lookalike audience of our call bookings. OneSub is our call booking system. So you see we got 2.2 to 2.6 million. And you're going to get that straightened out. Just got to be careful about these interest groups, okay? And here's the income targeting. You just type in income if you want to get the income targeting. And it's going to see it's got household income, top 5%, 10%, 10, 25%, right? So it's going to give you all those options there. But you got to be careful, right? What a lot of coaches will do is they will just go, I want to target people with household income and they must be married. For example, maybe so relationship status married, and they must be interested in weight loss. Is there anything? See, there isn't even interest groups for weight loss. They must be interested in health and wellness, okay? So they must be interested in health. Let's find something here. Health, whatever. We'll just go health and wellness, all right? Now, the problem with this is, so Facebook's got your audience at 91 million, and it's way too big. You only want 1 million or maximum. Because you got to remember, you're in a $20 budget, right? Like, why would you put your audience? It's just crazy. But here's the problem. This isn't going to work because you're going to target household income top 5% or married people or. So it's going to be match people who are this or they're that and they're this or that. You see what I'm saying? It's and or. So this is going to be a conflicting audience, and you're not going to get who you want. It's going to screw the whole thing up, okay? So you never do that. You've got to layer it. So you want to layer it, and you want to put a group here, and then the second group here, and then the third group down further. So you want to layer them so that it's targeting health and wellness, but also match married people, and then another one also match the other one. So you're going to do that, okay? Languages, and then the biggest thing we always recommend is obviously your placements. Do you see here that they don't even allow you to do it? And again, we always start with newsfeed or Facebook newsfeed, and then you always want to make sure that you're using Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's a basic setup. And then in your ad, what you want to do with your ad here is, so you got to have your Facebook page has got to be set up properly there. You got to need that hooked up, and then hook up your Instagram account if you're running ads on Instagram. And the reason why is because you will get followers on Instagram who will follow your Instagram page. And so, and then you want to do single video, manual upload. You don't want this. Okay, and then you're going to put your website in here. None, you don't want that. You don't want that. And then if you have tracking, great. Put the tracking in. And then your ad creative, right? You want to set that up, and you want, image ad to start. And this, again, it's going to be all different. And then so you're going to grab an image if you have something. What you can do here, what is this? No. Okay, why is this doing this here? Creative. Okay, so you're going to manually upload it. Hang on, where are we at here? Okay, so what you're going to do, like every account's going to be different. It's going to be something like this. You're going to set your creative up. You just hit set up. I would start with image ads first, and then you just put a website, put your landing page in there, and then it's going to get you to fill in your text. And we have that ad example after this that you can use for this, and it's all there for you. And you just put it in there, and then the media you're gonna upload it from your account, and bright images or video or text on images and stuff like that. Just make sure you do it nice and set this up. Okay, make sure it looks good in the advanced preview, and that's really how you do it. Okay, and then you want 3 ads. And then, so this is 1 ad. You want to have 3 ads. And that way it's going to give Facebook 3 different ads to choose from to see which one's working best. So that's really how you want to structure this. And that's kind of the fast way to do it. And the reason it's so quick is because you got to remember, this isn't that complicated. You just got to make sure you do all the right things, right? So the biggest thing is set your campaign up, set your pixel up, hook up all your conversion events, set your business page up properly, and make sure it's all structured good, make sure it's all working, and then you're good to go, okay? And the biggest thing with this is make sure your ads are compliant. If you're running a new ad account and your ads are not compliant, you're going to potentially lose your ad account. You do not want to lose your ad account. So make sure you're not calling people out. Make sure you're not making claims. Like when you say, hey, here's how you can lose 10 to 30 pounds using my new diet. That's a claim. Facebook hates claims. And if you have a newer account, they could flag your ad, or worse, just shut your ad account down. Okay, so you do not make claims in your ads. Don't tell people outcomes they can get. Don't talk about guarantees, promises, anything like that, or the AI will basically just shut you down. And you do not want that, okay? So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're not using trigger words like weight loss or dating too much, stuff like that, money, income. Be careful of that. And then, so we have the other video for you. But this is really quick. Now, the reason it's quick is your goal is just get this up and see what's happening and then optimize from there, okay? And the AI is going to do most of the work if this thing's set up. And once this is working right, you can run your ads for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks before you have to freshen things up, okay? But again, look, you got really 2 options, right? Figure all this out yourself, and that's totally fine if you want to use this free stuff. But if you're kind of like, well, I'm going to get out and get some clients, and then I'll talk to you guys about some coaching, I think that's a bad idea, okay? Because look, we can speed this process up a lot quicker. The easiest thing to do is set this up, okay? We will set all this up for you and with you on a call, because the behind the scenes tech stuff that's in here, like setting up your business page, setting up your pixel, all that stuff that you don't even want to be a part of, we will do that for you on a call. Then we will also set up, get on a one-on-one call with you and actually figure out your ads copy, make sure it's compliant, make sure all your targeting is right, figure out your targeting, set the whole thing up, and literally launch the thing. That's part of our coaching, okay? And so we can speed this up way faster than just basically figuring this out on your own. And then remember, the money is in optimizing. What do we do about the click-through rate? How do we get more people through, so on and so forth. And so we want to make sure we're doing that right. And that's in another training. It's in another section for you. But look, click the link below, book a call with us. Let us know a bit of information about your situation. Let's set up a call and see if our coaching program is the right fit, because we're really good at this stuff. And if we help you do it right, it's going to be a less of an investment than you doing it all on your own, blowing through money, wasting months of time, trying to just plow through this when you don't even like it anyways, right? Why not let us help you get this thing and turn it into a well-oiled machine so you're only spending 5-10 minutes a day? Because if it's working right, what are you going to do? You check your stats, and once a week we go in, maybe tweak make some changes and stuff. So it should be like that, and it shouldn't be chaos for you. So book that call, see if our coaching's the right fit, so that we can accelerate the speed at which you start getting more clients and help you from wasting a ton of time and money and energy trying to figure this out. And worst of all, you do this and then you give up. And then what? Because your clients need you, and not only do they need you, obviously you want to get clients who have money, take care of your lifestyle and all that kind of stuff. So book that call underneath this training, and then once it's booked, go to the next video on the ad template that we have for you. All right.